Hey everybody, back with another unboxing. This time, as you can see, is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. So I'm quite late on this because every other tech writer, journalist, YouTuber has already gotten their hands on this phone like 2 weeks ago. So I'm really late, but let me rip this open. Okay. Oh, okay, right off the bat, it's here. So I will do the peeling later. This should be pretty bare bones. Samsung's packaging is quite similar every time, so you already know what's there basically. Oh, you get a case with the Note 8. I didn't know that. Okay, I take it back. So Samsung just surprised me by providing a case. They've never provided a case before that I know of. I didn't get a case for the S8, for the S7, for the Note 7. So these are the AKG headphones that Samsung claims is worth $99 US, but that's bullshit because it costs them like maybe $2 to make this in Shenzhen in China. USB-C cable, and so these are replacement tips for the, oh no, these are foam tips for the earbuds, for the $99 earbuds. And these are replacement tips for the S Pen, aka stylus. Okay, I mean, considering this phone is like damn near $1,000 US, it's good that we're getting a lot of stuff with this. So you get a micro USB to USB-C adapter, and this is that OTG cable for transferring files, which I never use because I store everything on the cloud. So when I get a new phone, I can just set it up within like 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes. So this is a plug. This is the Hong Kong leg, aka the UK leg, because Hong Kong used to be a British colony. So anyway, so let's do the peeling. At first, when I first looked at this, I thought it was a purple phone, but then I realized it's just the reflection of this paper. Thank goodness, man, I would not want a purple phone. Let me peel this off too. Okay, it's a quite hefty phone. Let me check the S Pen. Very similar to last year. Power on the device. Let's do a quick size comparison first. So we have obviously compared to the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. So side by side, you see that the Note 8 is a little bit taller. About the same width though. Well, Note 8's a little bit wider, just a tad. Okay, and compared to the LG V30, this is the direct competitor to the Note 8, LG V30. So the Note 8 is a lot taller, but the LG V30 is still wider. The Note 8 is still skinnier than the LG V30, even though it has a 6.4-inch screen to a 6-inch screen. That's because the aspect ratio of the LG V30 is only 18:9, whereas on the Galaxy phones are 18.5:9. So the phone stretches a little bit more vertically. And then we have the newest phone from Xiaomi, the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, which I unboxed yesterday. Okay, so the Note 8 is a lot taller than the Mi Mix 2, but the Mi Mix 2 is still wider. So kudos to Samsung. I think it's more important to make a phone skinnier than it is shorter. Like skinnier makes it easier to hold. So this phone is still easy to grip compared to, say, remember like the LG V10 or the Nexus 6? It was like really hard to hold because it was so wide. I think the Note 8 is easier to hold for me than the Mi Mix 2 because the Mi Mix 2 is wider. So anyway, you know the drill. I'm gonna set everything up, play with it for a little bit. I'm gonna do some photo comparisons of the V30 and I will be back. Hey everybody, so I'm back. I've tested the Note 8 basically all night. I did the unboxing yesterday night, now it's like the next day. And overnight, Apple announces new iPhones. So I want to talk about that just very quickly. The iPhone X looks great, is as impressive as imagined, but the iPhone 8, it's lazy and boring. It's like the most shameless rehash in the history of smartphones. I can't believe Apple kept that exact same physical design for the 4th year since 2014 with the iPhone 6. Like, there's just no point to buying the iPhone 8. The hardware is mostly the same. You're only getting a slight upgrade in the chip and some superficial features like wireless charging. So if you have to buy a new iPhone this year, I suggest getting the 10, the X, or just get the old iPhone 7. Do not buy the 8, man. Like, Apple is so lazy with the iPhone 8, it kind of pisses me off. So anyway, this is the Note 8. As you can see, it's very similar to the S8 Plus, except the corners are more squared off. I actually like the look of the S8 Plus better. I think it feels better too because I hold the phone in my hand like this, so the corner digs into my palms. So the Note 8 more square-ish corners will probably not be as comfortable. 6.3 inch screen versus 6.4 inch, so very, very similar in size. They're almost the exact same width. Like, the Note 8 is slightly wider. So obviously another big difference on the back is the camera. So the Note 8 has a dual camera setup. This 8 Plus only has one. So this dual camera setup can do all the similar tricks that you've already seen. So one of them is obviously the 2x zoom. So this is normal, you can press a button to zoom. Samsung's really weird in that for some reason when you're not zoomed in it says X2, and then when you're zoomed in it says X1. That's kind of opposite of how Apple does it, and also how your mind works. Because, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, this is normal, now let's go to 2x zoom, but for some reason it says X1. So anyway, the other trick is the bokeh effect. Again, nothing new. Literally almost every smartphone on the market other than the LG V30 can do bokeh shots. So we'll take a sample photos right here. I'll have other shots to show you later. Okay, I don't think it worked. Let me try again. Okay, so I just took the photo. The effect looks really good. Like, you see the bokeh effect wrapped around baby Groot's head very well. Like, it didn't blur it out like, say, this part that sticks up at the top like other Chinese phones would do. Like, for example, if I tried the bokeh effect on the Maze Alpha, it definitely would have blurred out like a part of Groot's head. So internally, this phone still runs on a Snapdragon 835 or an Exynos 8895. I have the Exynos version here. The only upgrade over the S8 is the 6 gigs of RAM. So I ran a benchmark, if you care about these things, just to show you really quickly. Okay, so you have on the Note 8 it scored a 2022 single core, 2021 on the S8, so it's very close. Multi-core, the Note 8 wins a little bit, but these numbers are basically similar. Performance-wise, it's going to be exactly the same, even though this is processing anyway. So the Note 8 has 6 gigs of RAM, so it should be a little bit less laggy, I hope, because the S8 is really damn laggy after heavy use. I think Samsung software is just very, very heavy-handed. Obviously, I almost forgot, there's a S Pen, aka stylus. So this is basically the defining feature of the Note 8, and I think you should only get this phone if you care for this, because everything else, it's really similar. So one of the cool things you can do that I like is a live message. So what you can do is draw something, you can change the colors here and all that, and then it'll save as a GIF. I'm gonna skip this, and then you can send the GIF through, you know, WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, any type of chats basically. Like, here's something I sent to my girlfriend yesterday. So it's just like an animated drawing. So this is kind of cute, you know, especially if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it's something cute to do for your partner. I mean, you're not going to be sending this to your freaking, you know, just dude friend, you know. So another cool feature of the Note Pen is you can translate text. So I'm gonna try to translate some Cantonese for now, and I can tell you I tested it and it's not that accurate. But you know, Cantonese is a very, very complicated language full of slang. So I think if you're translating Spanish or maybe Korean, it might work a lot better. I think Korean will work perfectly because this is a Korean phone. So for example, right here, this basically says in Cantonese, this is a futurist a design from the future, the iPhone X hands-on. So you grab, as you can see, the review, it translated to say, Bu Tao, a feel from the future design, iPhone X Real Machine Air 9. So that's completely off. But again, this is Cantonese. Cantonese is really like slangy. So we'll see this iPhone 7 market discount, 32 gig will finally get the jet black color. So we'll do translate again. So it takes a bit of time because it needs to get on the internet. 32 gig finally bright black, so close enough. Too bad I don't know any other languages like Spanish or Japanese or like, you know, Russian, then I can test that. But for Chinese, it's gonna be hit or miss. So, you know, there's like other little tricks. These are not as important, like screen write. Basically lets you just grab a screenshot and then you can draw on it. But you know, you can do this on any other phone, it's just with your fingers. So it's just that when you use this, it can be a little bit more accurate. So I guess this is useful if you like to mess around with people. So I'll go into Instagram, for example. Let me find an Instagram with like a dude's face on it. Wait, why is it taking so long, man? Okay. So we'll do screen write. I don't know, you can draw stuff. Yeah, so pretty basic stuff. But the another cool feature that I actually think would be useful is the screen off memo. So when your phone is locked, the screen is off, you can pull out the pen and then immediately go into screen off memo. So you can write down a message to yourself like buy eggs, and then you can pin it to the lock screen. So then after you pin it, it will stay on your always on display for I think like a couple of hours. So then it's hard to see right now through the video, but I can see it, and I can also make the writing a bit thicker so easy to see. So right now, if I'm walking on the street, I will see this and be like, oh yeah, I remember I have to buy eggs, you know. So that's very useful. So I have Nova Launcher installed on this phone. You might have noticed. I do it because one, I like Nova. I think it looks the best. But also for this, I like being able to bring down the notification shade by swiping anywhere on the screen. On Samsung stock software, it does not allow you to do that. You have to swipe all the way from the top to bring down the notification, which is really stupid because this is a really tall phone. I mean, this is the LG V30. Look at how much taller the Note 8 is. This is the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. Like, look at how, you know, it's taller than that. So this is a really tall phone. So who can reach the top of the screen to bring down the notification shade with one hand unless they're like an NBA player, unless you're Kawhi Leonard or something. So you have to use two hands every time you want to bring down the notification shade. Are you serious, Samsung? That's like one of the stupidest design oversights. And you know, this has been on Samsung phone for years. So the fact that they won't fix this, it's really annoying. So I just snap Nova Launcher on it so I can do this. Because ultimately, you know, I know that with a big phone you tend to use two hands, but there will still be instances when I am only using one hand because I live in Hong Kong, so a lot of times I'm on a train. I have to hold on to the handle with the other hand, or I'm walking around with groceries on the street, you know. So just little things that Samsung software doesn't do that kind of makes me think like, what the heck, Samsung, like, get your shit together. But you know, the hardware is beautiful, other than this fingerprint reader that, again, it's so high up and off to the side. This is already a tall phone, so it's ridiculous. I mean, my hands aren't particularly large, but they're not small either. I'm like 5'10", so I can reach it. It's just I have to extend my finger all the way. Like I have to literally straighten my finger completely like this to get to the damn fingerprint reader. On every other phone, it's a lot more natural. You know, like I actually can do this. On the Galaxy S8 Plus and the Note 8, I have to like do this. My finger has to be all stiff and straight just to reach the top. Terrible fingerprint reader placement, but the iris scanner is really fast. It's kind of amazing. So I'll try it right now behind the camera. So it turned on right away just from scanning my eye. So the iris scanner basically saved this phone for me. So I will have some photo samples and video samples right now coming up, and then after that I will yeah, and then after that I'll just test other stuff. So okay, so I'm gonna have some photo samples and video samples up right now. Okay, so this first shot is taken by the Note 8, and then now this is the Mi Mix 2. You can't tell the difference, right? I mean, in broad daylight it's hard to see. So 2x zoom, this is the shot of the Note 8 compared to the Mi Mix 2 shot right here. The Note 8 shot does look a little better when you blow it up on the camera, but again, on the phone, on social media, on Instagram, you can't tell the difference. So this is Note 8 normal 1x zoom with the Note 8 2x zoom now. And then this is the LG normal, and then the next shot is the LG 2x zoom. I can't really tell the difference. You know, even though the Note 8 has a dedicated lens for taking 2x zoom shots. So another shot of Note 8 at night. I think the LG V30 shot turned out better. That's because it has an f1.6 aperture. So now Note 8 again at night. This is really good though. Colors are vibrant, accurate against the V30. Same thing. The V30 camera is just as good as the Note 8, if not better. So Note 8 right here. So now this next V30 shot, it's a little bit overexposed, so the Note 8 shot clearly looked better. Now this is the Mi Mix 2. Also very strong. The Mi Mix 2 camera has improved a lot over the Mi Mix 1. So this is shot with the Samsung device. Now compared to the LG V30, I think the V30 shot is a little better, even though it's kind of blurry right here in the upper right. The Mi Mix 2 might have taken the best shot of the three right here actually. And now finally we have a Note 8 shot. Sorry, this might be disgusting to you. Compared to the LG V30. Virtually exactly the same shot to me. So as you can see, the camera on the Note 8, it's really good, but it's not noticeably better than the LG V30. It's a little better than the Mi Mix 2 though. The Note 8 camera, it's strong. It's one of the top 2 or 3 phones on the market in terms of camera. But I'm not sure this phone is worth purchasing over the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus because it's really the same phone other than 2 gigs of RAM additional and the stylus. So unless you really need the stylus, I'm not sure the Note 8 is a good purchase because it's quite pricey. Thanks for watching.